Welcome to the Wealthy Podcast. I am one of your co-oats. Sponsored by Quaker Oats. Eat hearty cool. And eat yo oats. Cool beans?
No, they're oats, not beans.
Okay.
Hannah's drunk this episode.
I'm not. Never drunk.
On the podcast.
No, stop. I'm never drunk. Okay. So, hi, my name is Hannah.
Hi.
I'm one of your co-hosts. Who are you?
My name is Derek.
Nice
I am the other co-host.
Co-oats.
I'm not Oats, though. I'm just a host.
Well, thanks for joining us for Wealthy's 9th episode. I can't believe we're already almost to double digits. It's crazy.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for showing up and being here and listening in. We so appreciate you guys. For those first-time listeners that are tuning in, welcome. And for everyone who has lasted 9 episodes with us, thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, we are a fitness and finance or a wellness and wealth podcast. We touch on both of our industries, mine being wellness consulting, fitness teaching, nutrition consulting, all things health. And Derek, what do you do?
I'm a licensed stockbroker. That's it.
He likes money.
I like money. I like numbers. I'm a nerd. I'm a professional nerd. That's a good way to put it.
He loves business stuff. He loves entrepreneurship and finances. So that's Derek. And together we take wealthiness and wealth and we create
wealthy. Yeah. But it's cool though.
I missed mine though. I think I said yours twice in different ways.
It's okay.
Oh man. It's going to be a fun episode.
One thing I think that's cool though is that why we make such a good pair is Hannah is also an entrepreneur. She has her own business.
I do.
So she is familiar with money and that kind of whole industry and side of things as well.
I can't tell you I'm familiar with money by owning my own business, but
we're familiar with the need and desire for. But, and then on the other hand, I've just been a gym rat my whole life. So I've had a lot of just experience and trial and error. So we both kind of, we have our professionalisms in our certain areas as well as dabbling and dipping our toe in. And then that's where we can support each other. So, and
another reason why we're a great team is we're husband and wife, but we're also not going to just do a husband and wife podcast. There are plenty of good ones around. So we need to add another one.
Yeah. No, we liked the other ones enough that we didn't need to make our own.
Yeah. So, but what we love, and I mean, sometimes not love, is that we have very different opinions from each other.
Yep.
Especially in these things. So yeah, we like to create this podcast for educational purposes and just as well as bringing just other thoughts to your brain, kind of hearing a second or third point of view from maybe what you're thinking and what you're struggling with. We want to keep it real always. Another awesome, cool thing about the podcast is that we'll never sell you anything. And if it's something that we're talking about that sounds like you could purchase it, it's just because we really like it. We're not getting sponsored or doing anything. We're not making money on this podcast. We just want to talk to you.
Yeah, no, it's true. And where we come from is we see this kind of stuff every day in our jobs, our businesses. So the whole point is to take what we see every day and we literally get paid to solve these problems for people, right? Hannah, as a trainer and an instructor and business owner, is getting paid to help people overcome the problems and challenges that we talk on the podcast, as well as myself, right? Being a broker, I answer questions all day, every day about everything finance and investment. So
you're getting free help from professional resources.
Right. And that's why we did it. We like to help people. So anything else to say before we jump right in?
No, Chesty's here and he says hi.
He's asleep.
He's just chilling.
Yep. Chesty's our dog.
For new listeners, he's really mellow today. So it's good. I'm hoping there's no heavy breathing.
We don't have to wrestle him mid podcast.
Yeah. If you're wondering what kind of dog he is a land manatee with fur. He's my favorite.
He's an English bulldog.
He's very cute. Okay.
All right, cool.
Well, so episode 9 of the Wealthy Podcast, we are talking about excuses, which both of us kind of giggled in preparing for this episode, just because of the opener that we have planned. And it's just going to be really fun. Derek, tell us what we're going to do.
All right. So start the podcast. We're going to do a lightning round where Hannah has no idea what I have written down.
And as he's rubbing his palms together, like he is plotting for something evil.
No, it's just going to be fun. So I have a bunch of question statements, a bunch of excuses written down, and that I think are the most common ones that I've said myself and we've heard. And so I'm just going to throw them at Hannah.
What are you looking to get from me?
Just genuine responses. I just want to know.
So I can laugh. I can say, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, but you have to answer them.
Oh, okay.
As if I was the client, and boom, like, what is your initial response? It does still
have to be professional.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you can laugh, whatever. But and then we'll go back and touch on some of our favorites to wrap up. But
okay,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, cool. Well, don't do all of them. Your list looks really long.
That's why it's a lightning round, because we're not going to take 10 minutes on each one. It's a minute tops.
Well, I definitely don't have that many questions to ask you.
Hannah.
Okay.
I work from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. When am I supposed to go to the gym?
In your sleep.
Okay, but really though?
No, so 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, I work, let's say I work 4 10s.
Yeah. Let's talk about your days off, your lunch
Monday
hour.
through Friday.
Monday through Friday you have off?
No, I work Monday through Friday. Okay, so I work 50 hours a week and that's my shift. When am I supposed to work out?
Great. Let's talk about what you do on your days off.
Okay.
And then what you do during your lunch hour. And then what you do on your way to work and on your way home, because 9 a.m. is sure not early. 7 p.m. is sure not late. So there's room. There's room in the day to work out. You might be exhausted, so you might have to try a couple evening workouts or a couple early morning workouts to see which one works best for you and leaves you feeling energized and ready for your day.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
I can't afford a gym membership.
You don't need one. You absolutely don't need a gym membership. There are so many cheaper resources and you can work out from home. Can you go buy 2 gallons of water from the grocery store? Your gym. There you go.
Sweet. Bing. All right. I can afford a gym membership. I don't know what to do when I get there.
Awesome. No big deal. You are able to, there are a ton of different resources for you. I have a great program if you want to check it out. It's called Habits. But I know there are a lot of different resources that you could use on your phone or on Instagram even, and kind of create your own workouts from that, or hire a personal trainer. I'm sure the gym that you have has trainers on hand. They should. If they don't, maybe check the credibility of your gym. But check in with a trainer and just see if you could meet with them once or twice just to get the lay of the land and have them walk you around and show you all the different machines and equipment and stuff.
Okay, cool. I feel dumb when I'm at the gym.
You and me both, brother or sister, whoever you are. Me too, because it's so intimidating. I even sometimes walk up to a piece of equipment and have to read the description.
Oh, me too.
Because I'm like, this looks like an interesting contraption.
I do that and I'll be like, I want to do, I have this, I know what I want to do. Is this the thing that does that?
Yeah, exactly. So
when you're trying to read the description without anyone seeing that you're reading, you're like, no, I'm just hanging out here. I'm not totally ignorant to this. What are you?
Totally. Yes. And so, I mean, it's not just on weightlifting machines. I feel really dumb when I'm trying to run a couple times a week now. And on a day that I'm not a light, pretty runner and I'm clomping on the treadmill tread and everyone is looking at me in the gym, just like, did a rhino just walk in?
Gosh.
It's not a finesse day. So I get it. You're not alone. Find your inner confidence and just know that you're not the only person that feels a little bit insecure at the gym. And just please reach out if this is you. And let me know how I can support you. I can FaceTime you right before you go to the gym and give you a little pep talk, or go with a friend, create a safe group for yourself. Yeah. Don't feel dumb. You're great.
Cool. Let's see. When I go and I work out, it's painful, not just sore, but I feel like I have bad pain. So I can't go work out because I just have I have this pain in my back or I have this pain in my shoulder. I can't work out. I can't do that.
Okay. Is it all over your body constantly?
It's just isolated. It's just either my low back hurts or my shoulder
or your knee.
Yeah, my knee. I've got an old injury. I've got this pain. So I can't work out.
And what have you done to fix it in the past?
Oh, I tried this and that, but nothing really stuck or worked. So
Okay. Well, my suggestion is to go talk to a professional about your certain injury, maybe like an orthopedic physical therapist or something. They'll be able to give you exercises to recoup that muscle and rehab it. And then I would suggest finding low impact exercises like certain bar classes are really, really great. I actually had a chronic back injury for a long time in my younger years. It was a longer injury than I needed to keep, but I actually stopped working out completely, and it made my chronic injury get worse because I wasn't supplying my body with an influx of blood flow, which, if you don't know, is how bodies and injuries heal, is by more blood going to that area to heal it. Okay, so cool. I actually rehabbed my back, not from 40 hours of physical therapy, 40 hours of chiropractic visits. It was actually just starting to work out again in a very, very low impact and core strengthening way. So there are resources for you, and there are things that will work for you. Just make sure I would suggest to go to like a group fitness class, even if it's not your jam, then that way you have good guidance from a knowledgeable instructor.
Okay. I can diet and I can exercise for a while, but I just can't keep it up. I always fall off the wagon.
Me too. Yeah, you're not alone. And I think everyone struggles with this. So my suggestion is, what fad diet are you doing right now? And what makes you not excited about it after a couple weeks? There are a lot of different diets that they do have good ideas in them, but they're not sustainable for a long time. And at the same time, though, a 30-day fix isn't really going to do anything for you. So just keep that in mind, and maybe take the things that you've learned from counting your macros, or from doing Whole30, or going paleo or vegan. Take those things and start to use them to eat more intuitively. I think that's the best way to eat, is just balanced and intuitive. And same with your workouts. Notice what you're doing in your workouts. And if you can't sustain it happily for a long time, then you should probably be working out in a different way, or adding in a couple more exciting workouts throughout your week, just to help keep morale up and to keep that excitement up. Because consistency is key. You're not going to see any results if your diet and your exercise, you keep falling off the wagon. And then in that week that you decide to take a break, you reverse all that you've done in those last, 10, 12, 24 weeks.
So whenever people find out that I'm trying to get healthy, they're nice at the beginning, sometimes a little condescendingly, like, oh, good for you. But I feel like after that, though, they're always challenging me with, desserts. Come on, just have a piece, or
you deserve it.
Yeah, things like that. So, I mean, how do I deal with just the people around me and their different ways where either they are condescending about it, or that they want to challenge me and, present all these things that I've told them I'm trying to not do this. And then they literally turn around and say, yeah, you deserve it. I've earned it, take a break, all this kind of stuff.
I think being firm in your stance and firm in where you're grounded and where your goals are, I think that's most important. And that will give you the strength to be able to roll your eyes at your Aunt Susan or whoever it is and say, look, no, I'm choosing not to eat that right now. Change your mindset and make sure you own the decision that you're making, that you're not saying, oh, I can't have that, because then that's just going to make them want to push it harder. If you can't have it, then come on, you deserve it. But
it's almost like they're liberating you.
Exactly. Like, you don't need to be liberated. It's your choice. Like, they don't need to be saving you from yourself. Like, it is your choice to be healthier. So own it and say, it is my choice to not be eating this right now. And I might next time you see me, but right now I'm not. And I would appreciate it if you would step out of my way and get out of my goals, because I'm working on them.
Yeah. Just to throw in quick with that, I noticed a big change in the reactions to people around me when I stopped saying I gotta go to the gym to I get to go to the gym.
Yes.
And that sounds cheesy, but actually the way that everyone else responded changed, I think, because like we just said, it wasn't a liberating or like a, yeah, come on, dude, like you worked a long shift, just take the night off. It became more like, oh, he loves to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage him and be like, oh, come on. Yeah, you can go, dude. Like, that's cool. Tell me what you do. Like, they became more part of it and almost like a partner in it than so much things like that.
They were almost more invested in your success as opposed to being like, I need to save you. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
That's really cool.
All right, let's keep going. Let's try to speed it up a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Working out reminds me what I don't like about myself physically. I'd rather just ignore it and be happy with how I am.
I think you should definitely choose happiness in whatever state you're at. No matter what, just check in with yourself. And there are certain, no matter what, science does say that there are certain body types that can, or certain weights or waist circumferences that are unhealthy to your overall health. And so just keep in mind that if your overall health isn't as optimized as it can be, you're not going to be as happy as you can be. So just remember to take the pressure off, keep finding happiness, but then make sure you're striving to make yourself your best.
Okay. Why do I even need to worry about it anyways? Like health. Why do I even need to worry about it? Why can't I just do my thing?
It's totally an option. Like you don't have to be health conscious. It's up to you.
Okay. I don't feel like it's worth it.
Okay.
It takes too much of my time.
Okay.
So, okay. I know you could say okay to all of these, but if you had a client in the room with you though, and they came to you, so you know that they want this, but
right.
They're just trying to give you the excuse after you've presented the plan. We've talked about this, right? Where like,
yeah,
they say, I'm willing to do anything. And you say, okay, here's the plan. And they say, well, maybe not that.
Not that. I'm not willing to wake up at 5 a.m. 4 times a week.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I get enough exercise just during the day. I do a lot of errands and running around and walking through Target and stuff. Isn't that enough? No, because that's called daily activity. You could call brushing your teeth as a tricep workout if you really wanted to, but it's not. So, that is great. You don't have a sedentary lifestyle, it sounds like, but you need to add some intensity to that in the form of exercise. So 1, you can help your cardiovascular system stay healthy, but 2, you can see and feel the benefits of exercise in your life. Okay. Last one. I don't want to be one of those people though, that's like obsessed with their body and takes boiled chicken to work and just wants to stare at themselves in the mirror all day.
Okay, cool. That is definitely for some people, but I understand it's not for you. So you don't have to be that person. You can find your comfortableness and just live from that. Yeah, no big deal. You don't have to be obsessed.
Okay. I like it. Cool. Any last things you wanted to throw out before we move on to our finance lightning round? And we will go back to hit more in depth.
I want to go over yours, and then I think we should jump back in and discuss a couple more in depth.
Sounds good.
Okay. So,
now I feel the pressure,
right? I have a little bit of nervous sweat going on under my pits. Like, okay, I hope it transfers to you now.
No.
Okay. So Derek.
Yes.
So I'm going to spend all this money, but it doesn't matter because I'm already in debt.
Like you're spending additional money on some other wasted purchase?
Yeah. So it's like we're shopping and you're my friend and you're going, Anna, like you probably shouldn't be doing that.
You stubbed your toe. You might as well cut off your whole foot now, right?
Yeah.
No. I feel like that explains. It's like, yeah, why would you make it worse? It's never going to get better. Eventually the debt's going to catch back up with you.
So then what's my solution?
Stop.
Okay.
Make a budget. Stop spending the extra money. Change your mindset. Make a goal and a plan. That's it.
Cool. Okay. I've tried absolutely everything and I can't meet my goals.
Have you tried writing down what hasn't worked so far and looking at why it hasn't worked?
No.
Because if you have tried absolutely everything, there's probably a common denominator and it's you. So it's probably just a lack of discipline. Honestly, when it comes to money, the only person that makes it move in or out is you. You swipe the card, you click buy on Amazon.
Unless you're in a marriage and then there's 2 people.
Sure. But okay. But then one of you has a discipline problem, right?
Yeah.
So you need to find whatever it's going to take for you to learn that discipline. Whether, like I said, make a budget, make a game plan, set some goals and set your steps to make those goals happen.
Awesome. So the flip side of that, I'm doing everything already to meet my goals.
Then keep doing it.
But I'm not going anywhere.
Then is your goal to go nowhere? Like this is weird.
No, but think about the question you asked me of I'm dieting and exercising, but I fall off the wagon. It's kind of the same thing, is it not?
I don't know. I would say if you're doing everything to meet your goals, but you're saying you're still not meeting them, then you need to change what you're doing, because you know what I mean? Like if your plan is to save $1,000 for an emergency fund, I'm doing everything to meet my goal. And your plan is to not spend money. Great. Not spending money is going to supplementary help you get to 1,000, but it's never actually going to get you there. You actually have to save the money.
Or sell some shiz or
Right. Exactly. Like, so look at your process and look at what you're actually doing and look at the consequences of what you're doing. Is it actually getting you closer to your goal, or is it just not hurting is different from helping?
Totally. Cool. That's a great comment. Okay. Bitcoin is just so hot right now.
Is it really though? Is it really though? You and me need to have a talk. No, it's not. Don't look at Bitcoin. Don't worry about Bitcoin. If you are looking at Bitcoin, it means you're looking for get rich quick stuff, most likely. So stop looking for the get rich quick.
What's the other new one that's hot
there's a ton. It's the new thing. So an IPO is an initial public offering. It's when a company goes public on the stock market for the first time. The new thing is ICO. Initial coin offering, because there's Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin.
Ethereum? That sounds like it's from Zelda.
Right. Yeah. No, people are literally just trying to rip off Bitcoin and make it up because it's working. And side story, this is hilarious.
Okay.
So there's a fund for these alternative currencies and stuff that had like a couple $100 million of equity locked up in it. Like different investors had all their money in it. Right. The CEO that was running this fund died, and he was the only person that had the password to access a software to move people's money. And he took it to his grave.
So what does that mean for the people?
They're still trying to figure it out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's just hilarious. It's such a new thing, and it's such an unregulated thing that people just have no idea what they're getting into. So, why are you going to go spend $1,000 on Bitcoin when you can go buy 10 shares or whatever of Apple?
Or
the first $1 trillion company, the company with the most cash in the world. Like, why would you not do that?
Right. Okay.
Anyways.
So saving money and being frugal and investing, especially investing, I just can't afford it.
You can't afford it because you're out spending. You need to change your spending habits so that you can afford things.
Cool. That's it?
That's it.
Cool.
No.
Oh, sorry. No.
Oh, no. Yes, that's it for my answer.
That was really short and sweet. Okay. Sorry for the snort. That was so unintentional. Wow. It's just not the right time right now for me to be saving money.
Why not? Do you spot a house or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I just can't save money right now.
Going back to the last thing, you can't save because you're out spending. That's the nice thing about money is people overcomplicate it, and you have to keep it simple. It's in and it's out. You need to have more in than you have out. That is literally it. It's like calories.
Whatever you want, dear.
That's the dumbest. Because
I'm just trying to make Derek roll his eyes, and I'm winning so far. Yes.
No, but really though, if you have a partner or spouse that just says, yeah, whatever you want, if it makes you happy, both of you are the villain. So don't think that you being the person that says that excuses you, because why are you saying it? Because you want to be able to blame the other person in case they do. So you get to be the hero and the justified good person at the same time, because I let him or her buy whatever they want. And then they go buy it. And then a month or 2 months or 6 months later, when you guys are looking at money, it's like, wait, crap, we can't afford this, or we're short on money. Well, you are the spender. You know, I don't know why I did the voice, or you're the spender. You're spending all my money, right? Like whatever way it goes, because it definitely, I think when Hannah and I got first married, and this is still this way, I'm more of the spender.
Yes.
So I'm the one running loose with the credit card, I guess. Not really, but
thank goodness this is on a podcast. So I have
forever.
Verbal proof.
But no, it's true though. Okay. Hannah's always been the bigger saver. So it goes both ways. But the person saying that, you're not the hero. You're just deferring responsibility and like that to be justified later. And then if you're hearing that, know that that's a trap. And know that it's a time for you to show some discipline and some responsibility. Maybe you can. Maybe it's like, you know what? We have the ability to do this right now. Let's do it. Make a joint decision. If not, Yeah. Think about it.
I'll save next year when I'm making more money.
No, you won't. You'll make more money and you'll spend more money. It's proportional. That's the biggest thing that people fall into, is that they think as they make more money, they think they're going to save, but they won't. You need to live frugally now and build that habit of living frugal now, so that when you do make more money, you're just saving more money because you're already frugal.
If I earn interest, I have to pay more taxes.
If you pay more taxes, it's because you're making more money. They don't tax you at a 100% rate for anything. So no matter what you're winning, you're still making more.
Always keep a house.
Some of these questions are making me angry.
I know. I love triggering you. Always keep a house payment for tax purposes.
Always keep a house payment for tax purposes? No. I mean, I'm not 100%. So I'm not the expert in the mortgage industry.
But like I'm putting off paying off my mortgage and my home payment.
Like you're just making minimums your whole life and you keep refinancing and stuff?
Yeah, because it's so much better for my taxes.
It's the same concept as trying to out earn your bad spending habits. I'm going to refinance my home for lower and lower payments, but I never actually pay it off because I have more money now. Cool. Or do you want 10 times the money in 10 years because you've actually put all the money into paying off your debt? Carrying debt is never a good idea. It's just not. I mean, and like the caveat to that is, yes, you're probably going to have to carry debt to buy a house, but you're not going with the idea of I'm going to carry this debt. You're going with this, I have to have debt now and I'm going to pay this off as fast as possible.
Yep. Speaking of paying it off, we'll pay it off when the tax return comes. Don't
bank on the lump sum later down the road. If you absolutely have to, yes, there are emergencies, right? And I think that's a great mentality, though, to think that, okay, a tax return can go to help to pay off things, but not new things. It should go to pay off the existing things.
But at the same time, I think it's great for that situation, but it could create a really unhealthy habit that you anticipate this lump sum coming in, once a year. Maybe you get a Christmas bonus too, or some other things that it's like you're waiting for that lump sum to take care of your reckless spending. Exactly.
You can't out earn, you can't out bonus. Along with that, though, I think younger people, millennials, whatever, newlyweds, whoever they are, people that are newer in their finance life develop a bad habit because when you're younger, you get more tax breaks. You're in a lower tax bracket. If you are, filling out your W-2s in a right way, putting the, your ones in your twos or your zeros in your ones, excuse me, so you actually are paying more taxes up front. And that's what gives you your tax break later. You set up a bad habit where, okay, well, in 20 years, you're going to make enough money and probably get to the point that you're no longer getting a return or it's very small, right? And taxes are scary because there's so many nuances, but let's move on from that because everyone is so unique in that situation. I don't want anyone to think I'm giving them advice.
Okay, perfect. If everyone got out of debt, the economy would collapse. So I'm staying in debt to help the economy.
Oh, you're so dumb. No, that's such a weird, who has this thought? Your personal one single household's value of debt is nothing compared to what corporations carry and trade with each other.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
But what does it mean for me to keep the debt?
Stop being dumb and pay off your debt.
Okay.
That is the lamest thing. My $100,000 of my home is my debt. My cars is nothing.
I must be able to afford this car if I was approved for the loan for it.
No. No, that just means that they've deemed you a safe enough risk for them to give you that. And they have collateral in case you are sucky and don't pay your payment. It's called your car. It's repo. They take your car back. They say, okay, well, we let you have your car because we thought you could make the payments. You made the payments for 3 months. Oh, turns out you can't make the payments. Shoot. Well, good thing we've got your payments, your interest, and now your car. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And would someone still have to pay their car payment if their car is repoed, or does it just stop?
It ends the contract.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah. Maybe we should get our cars. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know.
Just kidding.
I know.
Okay. Just a couple more. Is that okay?
Sure.
Are you?
Whatever.
I can. Thank goodness you have over-ear headphones, or else Steve might be just coming out of them. Okay. Just put it on the card, and we will worry about it when the balance comes.
What? So the argument that people are going to have with this is the age-old argument of credit cards versus no credit cards. What if I pay off the balance monthly? All that. If you are in the 1% that can pay off your balance every month, great. Go ahead. Do it. I encourage that, right? I mean, but this is where that discipline comes in. And so if your initial mindset is what you said is, just go ahead, throw it on the card, we'll pay it off later, because that's really what you're saying. No, you're doing it wrong. You're not going to be able to do it because you're going to just keep doing that. And I'll do it later. It should be I have dollar for dollar or more in my like checking account, cold hard cash for every dollar I spend on this credit card. It should be covered. The only time I would say like those types of purchases are warranted on a card as like businesses, right? That takes a lot of capital to run a business. So yeah. And maybe you need to fill your inventory. So you're going to go drop 10 grand on your $100,000 line of credit for this month's inventory. And all the sales from the future month are going to pay that off. That is a reason to do that. You personally, probably not. Next.
This is the last one.
Okay.
We're only young once.
But you'll be in debt forever. Like, yeah, you're only, okay, here's your answer. You're only young once. Every year that passes that you're paying off debt instead of investing is a year of time value you've lost towards your investments. Remember we talked about compounding interest in a previous episode? That's it. You're young once. So all the examples you hear in high school, and these are what got me excited in finances. You hear Johnny is 20 years old and he puts $1,000 in the, blah, blah, blah. Well, Timmy, he waits till he's 30 to start saving, right? Well, Johnny's the one that ends up with like 50 million and Timmy has like 1 million. That's it. That's the example. I want to be the John. Okay, but I'd rather have 30.
Right.
$1 million does not let you retire anymore.
No.
So when people think, I'll be a millionaire. How are you going to be a millionaire if you have all these bad habits?
Yep. Cool.
Lightning.
Should we just call that it?
Man, we're all fired up, yelling at people with your dumb excuses.
How do you guys feel? Are you okay?
I feel like we just shotgun blasted them with all this stuff.
Well, I loved it.
So let's break it down though.
I mean, just quickly.
Be nice again.
Yeah.
Were there any from or which ones?
I mean, I talked a lot more. Like we both talked a lot in depth. So
one thing I wanted, going back to the health stuff though, is the general, I feel dumb, I feel intimidated. Mm-hmm. That kind of idea is that I still feel that when I go to the gym sometimes, almost every day.
Remind us your history of working out.
I was very overweight growing up. A big butterball is made of circles. And as I got into high school and I got picked on a lot for my weight. So that was a huge motivator for me to lose weight and I didn't really know what to do. So I started going to the high school track once a week and just running till I couldn't run anymore. I didn't even know how to count a mile on a track. I didn't know it was 4 times around or whatever.
Oh,
I didn't know that. I just ran until I couldn't. And I was just like, okay, I guess I'll go home now. That was it. So that's where I started. And then it just became, like I said, for me, it was trial and error. I did everything in the book. I just did what I saw other guys at the gym doing. I did stuff I read in Men's Health. I did stuff that my
used to buy
dad,
like the big book of exercises from Men's Health.
Because I had no idea. I'm going to try everything.
That's great though. It's a cool resource.
This is what I'll say is it took a lot of time, to do this. So I did sacrifice time, but man, have I learned what my body does and doesn't like. And I have countless experiences to go back and I can be like, no, I've tried that. It doesn't really work for me. And people can say, oh, come on. Have you tried that? And I'm like, yeah, I've tried that actually for 2 years and it doesn't work for me. Out my face. But no, really though. So that's where I came from. So even to this day now that I'm actually I'm in a good place with my body. I like my body.
He's hot, you guys.
I seriously, I can go to the gym and feel confident, go smash a good workout and feel great about it. I still have my little voice inside that says, oh, your outfit looks dumb. As dumb as that sounds, it's like what gym rat cares about their outfit more than you think. Who do you think are the most insecure people in the world? The people that are going to go spend 2 hours at the gym to look better, right? So that's in my mind, my personal opinion. That's where a lot of my insecurities come from, right? So yeah, I still have the voice. I still feel dumb sometimes. Like I said, reading the machine, if I'm like, I want to do this certain move or this certain, direction with my lift because I want to try to activate something differently. Is this the machine that's going to do it? And I feel dumb trying to read the thing. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that goes away. It's just something you learn to deal with and actually kind of push that voice down. And it just takes practice of being able to remind yourself and tell yourself like, no, you're awesome. You're great. And this is why, because you're here, you're taking action. You've done this in the past. Like having successes in your past and building upon those is what's helped me to be able to feel comfortable at the gym and feel like, no, I own this place,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any thoughts on that?
No, I mean, I think it's just, to kind of bounce off of what you said. I still feel this way as well, obviously, like I mentioned, but, like, I think people have really high expectations of me because I'm a group fitness instructor. I'm a personal trainer, so I kind of give myself those expectations as well when I go to a group fitness workout or I'm even just working out at the gym on my own. I know like it's a blessing and a curse to know someone everywhere you go. And I'm one of those people that knows someone pretty much everywhere I go. So
it's a curse when we try to go see a movie and we can't take 10 steps without Hannah. Oh, and then I'm like, okay, we gotta go to the movie now.
No,
bye.
I just have a lot of friends.
As I just sneak away with the popcorn by myself.
That's true. No, I just have a lot of friends. So I assume that other people are putting me to this higher standard. And granted, some of them probably are, but most of them probably aren't and couldn't even care less of what I'm doing. But it always makes me feel really crappy when I can't hold a plank for as long as I wanted, or, I sound really clunky on the treadmill, or I wander around the gym 4 times looking for a certain piece of equipment that I can't find, but it's right where I thought it was. Like, just the story of just being uncomfortable. You're so not alone. And, yeah, you just have to choose to overcome it and know that it will just make you a better person eventually if you can, and create a more comfortable environment for everyone else. Like notice where the weaknesses are, where you're working out, and maybe take it upon yourself to step in and build a bridge over those weaknesses and help other people cross over with you.
Yeah,
that's
I
always
like that.
Really cool. Yeah.
The gym, it's like church for me. Because no, really,
it is like church for you, isn't it?
I go there religiously. But no, besides that though, it's just that I go for me, and going there knowing that like we're all there for the same reason makes me feel better too. So if someone is questioning, it's like, well, they're here to exercise. I'm here to exercise. They're here because they have something about themselves that they're not happy with and that they're embarrassed by, and they're working on it and I'm working on it. And that helps me have more of a family feel for the gym.
Yeah.
And also being like the whole church analogy as well. Yeah, there's going to be those people that are still going to judge you. And I don't care because I'm not here for them. I'm not here to impress them. I'm here to do my thing.
Totally. I actually really like that analogy of the gym being like church. You go for you.
I do.
That's awesome. Is there anything you wanted to talk a little bit more in depth on finances?
Not specifically. I think the common theme that you guys got to realize is that it is just discipline. It is making decisions and sticking with them, and not making excuses for your bad behaviors with finances and then making a joke of it later when it comes to bite you in the butt. I think that kind of becomes a popular culture with, oh, it's so funny that this horrible thing is happening to me. Or I don't know, like I just see jokes and like the memes and like, I'm so poor, I put ice cubes in water for my cereal. And it's like, haha, that's funny. But if anyone is in a similar situation, maybe not ice cubes and water, but you know what I mean? They crack jokes about like their bad financial situation. Like you're the only person to blame here. As much as we want to blame other people, whether it's taxes or my boss or my bad job.
And people do have bad breaks. Like,
sure.
Preparing and making sure you're in an okay place to have that happen. And then if something happens, to work your butt off to make something new happen, to make best out of the situation.
Yeah. This is the last thing I'll say about it, I think, really, is that, guys, the reality of finances, the reality of being a millionaire is that it is boring. Steve Jobs, all these other guys, Bill Gates, these billionaires, they wore the same outfit every day of their life because they didn't care about, well, I'm going to spend my money on the coolest clothes. I'm going to spend my money on the coolest car. Because they didn't care about that stuff. It was boring. You look at them like, oh, they're so cool. Well, maybe before they were rich, would you have said they're cool? You'd been like, no, these guys are nerds. They just have their dumb business.
I bet so many girls turn them down.
Right.
Guys.
No, seriously. Yeah.
I bet they were like first dates, just like slipping out the back window. Like,
yeah, this guy's such a nerd and he's boring.
He talk to people.
And they don't know that it's like maybe at the time they were rich or they were about to be or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's the thing is, and as well as it took time, they lived a boring life for decades. And look where they got, right? It's because they had their end goal. They had their plan to get there and they did whatever their plan was every single day to get there. So every single day it wasn't, oh, well, Microsoft's doing pretty good. We just had our best quarter, and we're a couple years into the business. All right. Hey, Bill, you going to finally spring for that Lambo you've always wanted? He's like, no, why? That's $1 million I could put into making our product better. So same thing with your home finances. It's, oh, are we going to use our tax return and we're finally going to go buy that new couch we've always wanted? Guys, we feel your pain. We've wanted a new couch our whole marriage for 3 years.
3.5.
Yeah.
4, so like almost 4. Yeah.
We get it. We've been there. We're there every day, but we have to look at it and decide like, no, like, hey, let's take our tax return. Like, let's pay off our cars a little bit more, or let's put it into our savings account that is giving us interest, or, our retirement accounts, our other investments. Like, that's where you need to be with it and just stick to your plan, because Hannah and I both know, as a very supportive couple with our finances, we are on the same page. We know that in the end, we're going to be so much further ahead that will vastly outweigh whatever minor satisfaction would have gotten now from making those, splurge purchases. So it's boring. Just do it and take pride and be like, I'm the outlier. I'm the different person.
Well, and keep the discipline even past the point of feeling and getting your goal.
Or make a bigger goal.
Well, yeah, but it's not rewarding yourself after, like, this could go for fitness or for finance of, you work so hard, it's boring. You do the discipline thing. You do the hard work thing every single day.
Yeah.
You wear the same outfit to the gym or to the workplace. Like, it is boring. It is grueling. It is, you are just putting in the work. To the point when you get your goal, that's not when you go crazy. That's not when you stop working out for a month. That's not when you just eat everything you want to in sight. You don't just go buy that Lambo. You don't buy that new couch, right. You still have to push through. And I mean, set new goals. Depending on who you are, you might be fine with just meeting that one goal that one time and then struggling for the rest of your life. But hopefully, if you're here listening to this podcast, you want more from your life than that. And you want to push yourself to be the best you can be. And we're here for you for that. So keep pushing and making goals. Once you get goals, set more challenging goals, use that progression, use that to just level up, never stay stagnant. And yeah, just rock it.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing about the finances really quick is the nice thing is you can, unlike your calories burned and eaten and all that stuff, you can portion it out. So if your big goal, right, is to save X amount every month and to put away for investment and retirement and yada, yada, you know what? Your goal of that new couch, hey, we can afford, let's squeeze $10-$20 a month over to our couches. Yes, couches are expensive, but at least you can feel good. That's one thing that you get to feel good about it. It doesn't have to be boring, but it can be satisfying where, this is so cool. Look how much I've saved for retirement. Look at this. This is so cool. Look at my savings. If my car explodes tomorrow, like, I'm so okay. The peace of mind is awesome, you guys. And like I said, squirrel away that $50 a month for that couch, for that quote unquote splurge. But that's not a splurge. That is a planned expense.
Yep.
And it's no longer a bad thing.
It's going to feel really, really good when you get it and you actually earn it.
Right.
As opposed to that guilty shopper's feeling after you swipe and put it on your card. Yeah.
Right.
Adding to your balance. That's going to bring in interest. Like,
yeah.
It's great when a savings account brings in interest. It sucks when it's on your credit card balance. Like, it sucks. So what? Just the normal interest rates on a credit card balance are 10 times what you earn on a high yield savings. Yeah, it's
generally
ridiculous.
It's funny.
Yeah.
So
just know that it's better to save for it and have it take a little bit longer. And then maybe you get to afford a nicer couch than you would have normally been able to buy just putting it on the card, you know?
Yeah.
Granted, you could probably go buy a $10,000 couch if you really wanted to on your credit card, but that's not responsible.
No, and then you still have to pay $10,000
and then some.
Right, plus the interest. So, yeah, that's. Oh man,
no, I'm
almost burned out from this episode. It was like so high energy.
He needs to go take a nap.
Yelling at people about their money.
No, but thank you guys so much for listening. This was episode 9 of Wealthy. We are so grateful you showed up today to listen. We just want to give you the power to live well and wealthy. Again, my name is Hannah. You can find me on social on Health by Hannah, and that will help connect you to anywhere else you want to find me. We also have a podcast Twitter and a podcast email. You can find us on Twitter at Wealthy Podcast. And then our email is
just wealthypodcast@gmail.com.
Perfect. And where can people find you, Derek?
They can find me just at Derek Spon, DerekSpohn, on Twitter, on Instagram. That's pretty much it. We are actually going to be setting up a Wealthy Podcast Facebook group and Instagram. We're working on other social media platforms just so that we can be found by you guys. But everywhere you look, it will just be Wealthy Podcast. So WELLTHY. Thanks for listening, guys. Please go rate, review, subscribe, and check us out and tell a friend. We really appreciate it. Please
tell a friend. You know, when you listen to a podcast and you talk about it to a friend, it spreads like wildfire. They probably tell 2 more people. So please be that person that starts this, leave your campfire burning a a bit to have it spread like wildfire.
Oh,
is that awful? I'm sorry.
Horrible.
I'm sorry.
We just want to help as many people as possible, guys.
Yes.
That's all it boils down to. So
we love you guys.
Tell friends. We love you.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.